What is up, YouTube? It's Andrew here from the Heroic Play, and we got friend of the channel, Bing. He's going to be rolling it with miners, and I'm going to be playing Festival Farmers, so don't be... If you see a Wonder Woman Minerva, do not be alarmed. That is actually just Festival. My POD hasn't come in yet. I am on the other side of the world from England, so completely understandable. And yeah, I'm rolling with Festival, Jackstraw, Bushel, Windle, and Millstone. And I lost the roll off, so I'm gonna kick off with Windle. This is a pretty standard kicking lineup for me when I'm playing Festival. I kick off with Windle and I have Millstone pump everyone up an inch, so we give her 2 influence, so that way she can do the sprint and get the goal, get in there, goal character play. And Bing is rolling with the miners, but he switched out, I believe, was it Fuse for Colossus? So he's got Shaft, the Mole, Spade, Fissure, Mule, and Colossus. Colossus is one of the best minis in the game, I think. Pound for pound, stat for stat, man. This guy's just a banger, dude. And yeah, so we're just setting up here. He's getting the ball, makes a pass to the Mole, getting some momentum. And yeah, Millstone does the thing where she just kind of pushes everybody up. And then gets the gold defense on, plants a harvest marker for Windle. Now Windle is a big threat here in the middle of the board. He can walk up. He's got an 8-inch threat, which means he can reach out and, you know, kind of get his claws onto anybody here if they move up past a certain point. And we start doing this thing where we're trading off burn activations. So I go with Peck. I went with Millstone and Peck. Those are my burn elevation or activations. And now he actually has to start moving stuff that's important. So he goes with Mule. And now I have to retort here. And I think, you know, Festival probably is the better choice here. Unfortunately, I don't have a charge. So I go ahead and set up some harvest markers. She only had 2 influence on here. So I give our tools are sharp to Windle because there's a lot of tough hide on the miners. And I basically just have to walk up the board. Now, in hindsight, this is a bit of a mistake because I'm now kind of allowing Bing to use Festival to gain a bunch of momentum. I did not know Shaft was that beefy of a boy on the playbook. And yeah, so that's what he's planning to do. He's like, oh, I can place charge Festival and do a bunch of dirty things. And that's exactly what he does here. So measuring it out, and I only have 1 momentum to retort with, and I'm like, I don't really have a good option, but I gotta take it because if I can get a push, then he's screwed. So I believe he's gonna try and just knock me down, so I burned. Yep, and knocks me down, so I have to burn my counter attack. But let's see here. Now he's just gonna go to town and push me around and see if he can get a lobstone. And yeah, he gets the lobstone, and what he's trying to do is he's trying to suck everybody into Windle, and he almost gets it, but Bushel was just a little too far, and with harvest markers you can't go over them, so it did leave a little space for Windle to crawl out of. But yeah, do I want to go with Windle just at this second? Maybe not. I'm measuring it. I'm like, it's just like a hair out. I can't walk to it even if I move like 6 inches and I have the 2-inch reach. Plus his counter attack is so beefy that it's like I would have to use a knockdown anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Bushel. She has 4 influence on her. I just need momentum. And yeah, that's what we do. Oh, but look at those dice. But all I need is the tackle dodge for momentum. Do it again, tackle dodge for momentum, tackle dodge for momentum. Pretty much standard stuff here, people. Now, I believe Colossus still hasn't activated. He just did the tag along with Fissure. So yeah, he's trying to figure out how he can get like a pretty decent crowd out. Does he go around the back or does he just walk up front? Now we're just gonna measure it out. And he's like, well, I just go around the front. I kind of crowd out really well here because he's worried that Windle will just make Colossus a prisoner in some way, shape, or form. But again, Colossus is just far enough out that I have to sprint and get over there. And again, I don't know why miners have some of the best counterattack playbooks in the entire goddamn game, but they do. But they do. So he goes for a counterattack and hits an unexpected arrival. So we're like, well, we know this is where the rust comes in, people. Is like we haven't played in situations like this in years. And so we were like, can you take a character play on a counterattack? We know you can't on a parting blow unless stated otherwise, like Tater, but on a counterattack, can you? Because that's pretty ballin'. And we're just searching the rules, and we come to the realization that we don't see anything that says you can't. So he's gonna unexpected arrival Wendell. So basically, oh boy, yeah, Wendell had to jog, which spent one of his precious influences. And then now I'm getting robbed of an extra attack because of unexpected arrival. Bushill can't go anywhere because she's just tapped onto Shaft. It is what it is. And yeah, so Spade's gonna go. I mean, this is just an obvious goal run, but he's deciding, should I charge Jack Straw and get some momentum? I've got 4 influence on her, and I mean, that is just the strategically wise play, is just barely be within both of your melees, because again, Spade has reach. And she has a dodge and a double dodge really early in the book. So that's what he goes for. He's like, I'm gonna go for the charge. Get the the push dodge, I believe. He's gonna buy the place and shoot the goal. And can he hit a 5 on a bonus times it? 5 on 5 dice? Yeah, he's got it. So boom, puts him at 4. I didn't tell Bing that dice was to count VP, so it was easier on camera, but I pick it up back later. So yeah, Bing makes the dice roll, and I get a beautiful scatter, kind of right where I want it. And I just retort with a goal shoot of my own, because he has no more activations, and I'm bottom of turn. This is kind of why I like kicking off. You know, I'm sitting on a momentum lead here for now. But unfortunately, because of, I don't know why GB Keeper put a giant forest on his side of the field, but they did. And I make the goal, luckily, so we're tied up 4-4 here. But yeah, we also have the same amount of momentum. He's got 3 and I've got 3, and it's like, if I play a 7, he plays a 7, it's a roll off. And I was like, you know what, screw it. He can make a goal if he wants to. I go with the knives out, or I don't remember what it's called, break out the knives, one of those. One's a movie and the other is a game plan card for Guild Ball. But yeah, I eat a bunch of harvest markers just so I didn't even have enough influence tokens for this, because I have the goal influence and I have 3 harvest markers, so I broke out a little red dice as an influence there. And Bing is really contemplating. He's like, how badly do you want first? And the answer is not really that badly. And yeah, so he plays, I think it was like a 6 card. And yeah, so I just toss out a bunch of influence here, even though he's going first. I like to, if we were playing on clock, I just like to throw out influence, because I mean, it is what it is. I kind of just, I stick to a plan. And I have so much that it's like everyone gets a little bit of Happy Christmas anyway, right? That's just farmers. Turn 2 farmers just feels like Corker, honestly. And then, so yeah, he's trying to figure out, he's like, who do I get this ball? Who gets this ball here? Is it going to be Fissure? Is it going to be Colossus? Is it going to be Shaft? Let's find out. And it is Fissure. So he goes with Fissure. Gets the ball off the placement. He wants a tap and kick here, which makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. And so we're just, he's like, well, they're engaged, makes it a little harder. He's gonna put it on Colossus, and I believe he's gonna electric slide Colossus out of there with the momentum he gets. Let's see. He's trying to decide. He's like, do I slide Fissure or do I slide Colossus? All excellent questions. And he's like, I'm gonna slide Colossus because now Colossus has a goal. And he moves Fissure in. And that's that. So now I have to retort, and I'm like, what? I don't know. Oh, he attacked Bushel and was able to pusher out, or he paid for a character play, something along the lines. Bushel had to move, so I was like, I'm gonna go with Millstone. I'm gonna put up get in the goal, and I moved Millstone right in front of the goal, kind of towards where Bing wants to put Colossus for this this goal threat. And so there would be an intervening model, there would be the +1 for the TN. It's just all bad. So I'm basically either making him choose, do I push myself so far up the board that I don't have to worry about these hindrances, or do I, and he's beating up Window for momentum here because he full clip Colossus again. Dude, unexpected arrival. Colossus so good. But yeah, see, we're measuring out here, like, do I run it 10? Because he got the playbook card that gets +2/+2 speed on one squatty of your choice. So he's like, I can run it 10 and not have to deal with ball paths, jank. And he was like, I will. But this was kind of a bait. He gets it. He gets the goal, but now Colossus is so far up the field and Fissure is already activated. I was like, I'm just going to kill this ball. And that's exactly what I do. Because Fissure can't get it. She's done activating. Colossus can't get it. Shaft might be able to get it, but then he can't do anything with it. And that's basically it. So I decided to go Festival, and it's line dancing time. And I just shift the whole board up towards the top side of where I killed that ball. So now it's no longer, see, most people would think, oh my god, like I'm one goal away from losing. But the way I look at it is this: you have to see what the opponent could do, and where his positioning is, and you just basically see how you can counter that. And that's what I do here. I see Fissure as a prime opportunity. If now she's in 3 crowd outs, I've got Jack, I've got Peck, and I'm setting her up to get into Window's range too. And Window with 3 crowd outs is one of the scariest things in the game. And not only that, but I have Break Out the Knives, and Festival counts as 2 gang ups. So, god dang. And he's measuring, he's like, can I get this ball? He's like, if I can get this on Shaft, I might be able to make a snapshot. If I can get it on Spade, he's like, I can at least get it out from outer space. But unfortunately, it's just killed. We're trying to find out, like, is there any way to get here? It's like, well, you have to get through Window's reach. You have to get through Festival's reach. You have to get through Jack Straw's reach. You have to get through Bushel. And it's not looking good, fam. It's not looking good. And I believe he decides to go with Shaft because he wants to kind of break up this scrum. Or does he go with Mule? I can't remember if he goes with he goes with a throwaway play because he wants to see what I do. Because if I go for a goal, then he can just go for a goal. So he's kind of baiting me to kind of get this ball and do something with it. But Windle Baby has got a lot of dice. And silly me, I roll the dice on the other side of the board where the camera can't see, but that was the only clear side of the pitch. And yeah, Windle just does Windle things. He gets so much damage and absolutely destroys Fissure. And let's see, now I'm deciding, do I go into Colossus or do I go into Shaft? I have 1 influence. I also have the +2/+2 speed, so right now I'm a walk at 8. And it's like, you can't get there. You can't get to the ball with Shaft. I can go for Colossus, but it's like, do I really want Windle out of the play? Also, Spade might be able to use him as a push dodge target, and I'm not for that. So I decide, you know what, yeah, Windle's just gonna roll up and smack Shaft in the face. I'm also gonna make him spend his last momentum on this counter attack because he has to. And again, you're gonna hear me complain about miners. Surprise, surprise, but like, I'm singled out by Colossus, and I'm like, if I take a counter attack and Spade just pushes me, or Shaft pushes me away, it's gonna be unhappy times. But I was like, you know what, I want the momentous damage anyway, I don't care, I'm gonna take it. And yeah, he's gonna go ahead and counterattack me and basically just push me away. And yeah. Let's see. I think he's deciding what his next action is here. So he's gonna go with Shaft, and he's gonna go ahead and he's trying to figure out, like, how can I get out of this situation? So he's gonna place over here. He's gonna go ahead and attack Windle. Boom. And he's just gonna try and farm as much momentum as possible, I believe. Yep. He's just gonna wrap because Windle's singled out. A 2-0 model singled out is very bad, sad times. If he's just gonna farm momentum here basically, because I'm sitting pretty on 7 right now, and he does the opposite lobstone where it does all the pushes. So he's trying to break up the scrum. And again, he's really baiting me to make this goal here. But yeah, I do Jack Straw things. I do the crop dust, the free teleport, pay for a teleport. I can move an inch to ball, snap it, move an inch forward. I'm within 8, pass the ball to Bushel. And this is kind of where I think I make a mistake. I shouldn't have electric slid into Spade. Shaft. I didn't remember that Spade has an insane threat range. I was like, I have close control. Like, there's no way he's getting this ball off me because I have a crowd out. You know, I have options here, but I should have slid in the other direction. I had 4 influence on Bushel. I didn't want it to go to waste. But yeah, a bit of a tactical error on my part, but it did cause Spade to get herself into a position that's relatively precarious. Because now she's in the middle of the board, and Spade is able to strip the ball off Bushel, even though she has close control, but that's basically all her influence, is just getting the ball off Bushel. Now Bushel's sitting on 4. I'm able to win this momentum race. And yeah, I go with Peck first because I gave Peck 1 influence, and he's got a tackle on 2, but I miss everything. That's the name of the game today. Crowdouts don't matter. Doesn't matter, miss everything. And now he's looking at how can he get Mule into this fight just to gum up the gears. And yep, he just moves up Mule. Now I go with Bushel. I believe this is my last activation for the turn, and I gotta win this momentum race. He's sitting on 4, I'm sitting on 2, but I have 4 influence, a couple crowd outs, and break out the knives. So boom. I go for the dodge. And then he just counters, pushes me back. Go for the dodge again. I'm just tackle dodge on 1 is so cool. Momentous tackle dodge on 1 is hilarious. Bushel is so good. And yep. Just gonna farm momentum. And we're just talking it out here like Jack Straw. If he can get the ball, is there a snapshot threat here? You know, stuff like that. And yeah, so Bushel was able to strip the ball from Spade, and I was determining I could kick it to Jack Straw, but then I'm -2 dice. It's all bad, right? So I just shoot it into outer space. And I forget Fissure is on the Icy Sponge, but it is what it is. I was thinking I can get it to Jack Straw, and then I can electric slide him to that piece of cover, and then I threaten the goal top of turn. But I was like, you know what? I just need to shoot it into outer space, because if I miss that pass, Colossus just shoots a goal and I lose. Eat a bunch of harvest markers. I play my 7 card. And Bing plays can use like a glide or kick a scream. He basically gets 1 free momentum point is the card he played. So I go with Wendell, and the way I look at this is Spade's dead. Like, having to go for Bushel and getting yourself into 2-3 crowdouts against my boy Wendell, you're night, dude. I don't know what to tell you. So Bing setting up his influence allocation, he realizes, like, shoot, like, I can't put anything on Spade, she's dead, and he's baiting me to go for a goal. Bing is really good at playing Guild Ball. Let me just tell you that right now. Bing is very good. He straight up baits me. He gives me turn 1 to see if I can get the goal, and he gives me Fissure too. He puts Fissure there so I can get momentum, and I'm like, if I shoot a goal, I lose, because I'm gonna be on 10. You throw the ball in, you place yourself where the ball is, and you just get out of all the melee. It doesn't matter. So I go with Wendell, and I just slap the crap out of Spade, and she goes 9-9, and now puts me on 8. So now Bing is feeling the pressure. He's like, well, I can't leave this ball out here. You've got 4 momentum. You've got Bushel and Jack Straw. Like, I gotta do something. So he's gonna go with Fissure. And we were debating this topic after the game, like, should he have legendaried here? Probably. We were thinking about it, and we're like, well, Festival still hasn't activated. Like, Bushel hasn't activated, Jackstraw hasn't activated. Like, if he gets a bad scatter, it's not good. And so he goes with Shaft. He's like, well, I gotta gain as much momentum as possible, and I gotta try and deal with what's going on in my face here. So he's just going. I think he goes for he's fishing for a lobstone here, and I think he gets it. Yeah, oh wait, no, he just pushes people away, pushes people away, beats them up for momentum, because he's trying to electric slide Fissure, which he does, because he realizes if Fissure could get the ball to Colossus, it's not happy fun times for me. It's very bad. Now I'm wondering, can I strip this ball off her? No, because Jack only has 3 tack. And I was thinking about it, like, if I bonus time it and I snapshot it off a Bushel, or I shoot it to Bushel, like, I'm good. But then I was like, wait, that means I have to roll no ones on 4 dice to get a tackle. And I was like, I don't trust my dice today. If you haven't seen, they've been rolling really cold. And I was like, nah, not happening. So I go with Festival. She's got so much influence on her that I was like, I can make some waves here, knock people down, push them around, get people in the crowd out. So I use Don't Touch the Hair, or Hair in the Field. I don't remember what it's called. It's the AoE where you can push everybody. Amazing ability. Get Bushel into a better spot. Get Windle into a crowd out with Mule. Get Peck in there, and then I knock down and I push Mule away because he's on 4 influence, and that's scary to me. So now Fissure's measuring, if she can get this ball into Colossus, the game's basically over. But Colossus only has 1 influence, so unfortunately he can't get the pass. He's just out by like an inch or 2. But he's like, well, I can just pass the ball into a target point, and then we're gonna see where it deviates. The problem with that is, you know, he's also thinking, can I pass the ball to Mule? But there's so many intervening models there that it's just scary if I can get it onto Bushel. So he's going to go for a risky scatter pass here. And this is the math, people. If he can roll low on the distance, the pass is good. If he can roll a 3 or 4 on direction, the pass is good. However, that's still that's 2 coin flips. He's going for 2 coin flips here. So he's going to see if it's accurate. He's really setting it up. But basically, it's like, do you give up the tap-in pass, or do you give up the possibility of, if you roll low, he gets it? So that's what we're debating here. And this is basically, if he can get a low direction, it's bad. Oh, first roll, he gets like a 5-5. He's like, well, I don't have enough because I only have 1 influence on my boy, and it's sad. We literally say, oh no. So he goes for the gamble, and it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. He rolled a 1-5, like the exact opposite of what he wants, because now Jackstraw can do Jackstraw things, and we literally audibly both go, oh my god. And Jack doesn't even pass it to Bushel because I don't want to miss. I just snap it off Jack, and then I use Last Straw to get to that marker, so that way sorry, excuse me, get to that marker so he can protect Bushel with the crowd out. And he's deciding, do I go with the Mole or do I go with Mule? Well, Mule has a knockdown on 1, so he's like, I'm just gonna go with Mule. But he's measuring out Mole just in case. But he's like, you have close control and you have a crowd out, it's all bad. So, and she's a 5-0, so he just needs 1-5 with Mule. And so yeah, I was pointing out to Bing that Windle could easily knock down Mule, so he adjusted it a little bit so that way he wouldn't have to take a parting blow. And yeah, he gets the knockdown, and he's gonna also lock down Bushel. It's just a bad time, for Bushel. She's not having a good day. But I got a really nice scatter. Bing basically lost this game because of just unlucky pass and an unlucky scatter, and now it's just, can Bushel get out of this hole here? And I'm thinking, I'm like, I have to go with Bushel here, because Mole can get the ball. So Bushel goes ahead, has a bunch of crowd outs. Well, as you can see, my dice are cold. Get the tackle dodge, and he's gonna go and push me back because he doesn't want me to get the ball. And I go again. Now my dice turn up. I get the double dodge. Go again. Get the double dodge. I can move to get the tap and gold. That's it. Good game, Bing. Thank you so much. Farmers 12-8.